One thing that did surprise me when I was compiling this list was as soon as I finished it, I missed out a few important movies, and I don't think it was necessarily done by accident, but it was obviously Thor, Iron Man 3, and Man of Steel. It's not that I didn't enjoy these movies, it's just that the other movies that I have on my list, I felt like I enjoyed more. So that's the reason why I've excluded them from my list. They're a bit further down. One movie I did enjoy, though, that is on my superhero list, is The Wolverine. The reason why I enjoyed The Wolverine, and it's in at number 5, is because it decided to stray away from the usual X-Men sort of thing that it's deteriorated into. I'm talking about The Last Stand, and I'm talking about the X-Men Origins movie, and it's sort of taken its own. It's sort of like taking the character a bit more seriously. I would say that the Wolverine could benefit from a more R-rated audience. Hugh Jackman has said that he would like to do a more violent Wolverine and stay true to the material. But yes, this one does a really good job. It's nice and different, and it'd be interesting to see where the character is taken. Certainly with the upcoming X-Men's future Days of Past. In at number 4 is The Fast and Furious 6. This one is the weakest in the franchise. I believe number 5 is the strongest. It certainly was the most fun. However, it does bring in new elements, such as it's not always focused on the races. It's focused a bit more now on the action. This one is set in London. It's very interesting to see London from a Hollywood perspective, seeing scenes being cut together and transporting at least 5 to 10 miles in a blink of a second. Anyway, this film's made more poignant by the fact that it's Paul Walker's sort of last major Hollywood film before he died earlier this year. Anyway, that's my number 4 movie. Number 3 was a rather interesting one because this came in on Boxing Day of last year, 2013, and that's The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It was a big surprise for me because Ben Stiller usually has this certain flow to him that you expect from him, and a certain comedic style, and that's thrown all out of the window. There is some touches there in this film, but he wants to mainly focus on telling this story, which is a very interesting story about a fantasist, I can't pronounce that word, Walter Mitty, who goes in search of that elusive photo frame. It is beautifully shot. The only downside to it, I would say, is there weren't more fantasy elements to the character, and it would have been nice to see more of that. But it was a nice character journey. Ben Stiller plays it beautifully. Sean Penn's cameo in it made it even more better, if that was possible. And it's just a wonder to watch. So that's my number 3 movie. And in number 2 is Pacific Rim. This film is so big that actually it doesn't really need that much talking about it. I liked it because it harked back to the 1990s days of the huge blockbusters and decided to go for something really big. Gives me memories of the, well, unsuccessful Godzilla movie and Independence Day. Those types of movies, it sort of brings about memories. But also, you know, the storyline isn't brilliant, but you know, it's huge robots against huge monsters. What more could be said? The final movie, my number 1 movie of 2013, you probably guessed it. It is, of course, Gravity. Well, I first saw this film in 2D, and I was a little bit disappointed not because the film wasn't brilliant, but because I'd seen it in 2D. Now, when you go online and search for the screenplay, the writers actually wrote on the front a space thriller in 3D. So it's quite clearly made for 3D. I saw it subsequently this year in 3D and was absolutely taken back by it. It is in every way technical brilliance. Obviously, the argument for 3D at the moment is what is the need for it? There doesn't seem to be much difference. What they're trying to do is immerse you into the story, such lines as Captain America and Thor, etc. However, these ones don't really do it. Gravity does, and in every sense of the word, it is brilliant. Okay, so that's my top 11 films of 2013. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. If you don't, leave comments in below and say which films have I missed out, which ones you think are the best of 2013. I hope I can make more videos in the upcoming weeks, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. Any feedback, absolutely welcome, and the more views I get, the more likely I am to make those videos.